The imposters' convention has ended, but the ignorance, stupidity, lying, cheating, incitement, chaos, lunacy, fabrications, ineptitude, and madness continue as a direct consequence of the fraud in the White House. This flagrant foul used the people's house as a political prop to give his convention speech, while elected officials in the Republican Party were there cheering him on. Knowing that this violated so many norms, they were either too cowardly to say anything, or they equally find it acceptable to repeatedly violate norms in the law. The fact that people aren't more outraged by the fact that this fraud in the White House used the people's house, our taxpayer money goes to maintain that house, to conduct his fraudulent convention, literally pisses me off. Then here are his children, his embarrassment of children, sitting there giving speeches. Even Ivanka gave a speech from the people's house. But anyway, his kids' speeches can be summarized like this.
Daddy, watch me twirl. Daddy, watch me twirl. Daddy, watch.
Then there's Melania. Melania's in there like, mice are husbands. He's a lost the people's. The people's lost the mice are husbands. I's a love the children's. I's a want to everybody's races to get together and love each other. We need to be the better peoples. We need to love each other, which is utter bullshit and nonsense. She was one of the original birthers. She is so disconnected from children that she couldn't even come up with a grammatically correct name for her campaign. Be the best, you should be the best. All the people should be the best. I want the children to be the best. She had the audacity to attempt to rewrite history and paint her fraudulent husband and his cronies as caring about America. That is utter nonsense. I want to as the bossy to lots of peoples. Where in the world? No, I'm sorry, media. Hard pass on Melania Trump. Don't go and start trying to, she was so, oh my God. And when she was wearing her Russian military gear, oh my God, she just looked so Russian. It was so moving and inspiring. I'm so excited about what I heard from her because she was so good. It was really good. Well, she's up to be the best. I just wants to be the boost. It's the loss of no. And another thing that we saw from this convention was that it is clearly apparent that Melania and Ivanka, they aren't on good terms. The way she looked at her was very telling. Melania knows this whole thing is a sham, but she comfortably will stand up on the podium in the house our taxpayer money goes to maintain and lie to us. She knows her husband is a complete buffoon. Look at this unstable ignoramus. Look at him. Look at how he's walking.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
He can't even walk up the steps without falling. That's why he was walking so slowly down the steps when he spoke in front of the troops. He doesn't even know how to say the United States. He's allegedly the president of a country that he cannot even pronounce. Here's what he said when he called the United States.
Let us rethink old assumptions and open our hearts and minds to possible and possibilities. And finally, I ask the leaders of the region, political and religious, Israeli and Palestinian, Jewish and Christian and Muslim, to join us in the noble quest for lasting peace. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Israel. God bless the Palestinians, and God bless the United States. Thank you very much.
Okay, people, when did we start living in the United States? Which country is that? Is it on the map? Did they teach us about it in school? And if he is the president of the United States, can he kindly go there and leave the United States of America alone? You cannot support this man. Even if you chose to ignore his blatant incompetence, you cannot ignore the chaos and division he has caused. He wants everyone fighting with each other the way he innately feels. He's in constant internal turmoil. He wants us to hate our neighbors, hate those that are of different political affiliations, hate each other based on race, religion, politics, etc. He wants Republicans to attack Democrats. He wants chaos in our streets. He wants carnage and bloodshed. He's allegedly the president of the United States, and he is encouraging his supporters' violence, which now led to one of his supporters getting killed. His supporters. He wants people to forget about the amount of deaths we've had due to a pandemic he failed to take seriously. He wants people to forget that him and his family are personally enriching themselves while millions of Americans are struggling to survive. Millions unemployed, millions going homeless, millions robbed of basic decency. While he gets richer, we get poorer, and he does nothing to help these people that are suffering. Everything for him is about money. It's always transactional. If you support him and are in a position of power, he will help you enrich yourself using his name. Look at this video of him. Look at what he says here.
Okay. It's just a little takeaway. You give it to me. Here, give it to me. Yeah, I'll give it to my guy. Mr. President, thank you so much. Thank you very much. This is great. Yeah, let me have a pen. Hey, could I have a pen? Come on, give me a few. Here, come on over here. He looks like a good man. What's his name? Come here. Come here. Come here, pal. Let's get over here. I want a little power.
We gotta just keep a little, yeah. The president asked for it.
I want them over here. These are the guys. Here, sell this tonight on eBay. You'll get 10,000.
If you will, just try to keep the distance. Okay. You know, just
Put your mask on for me, guys.
Who's going to get this one? Sell it tonight on eBay, 10,000.
Trump Town USA, big name, Cameron Parrish.
Thank you. Thank you, fellas. We okay? Let's go, Steve.
Cameron is the parish that delivered me the highest percentage of any parish or county
Delivered
in the
me?
country.
Oh, that's
The sheriff's right there.
which is the sheriff?
The sheriff right over here. This one right over here, yeah.
Come on over. So we're okay? Everything?
Sheriff.
People look good? Give me a piece of paper. Give me your...
Sheriff.
You have a tag?
Yeah, sheriff.
Give me a piece of paper.
Yeah, yeah.
Mike, how are you, man?
So you'll be okay, right? Won't be pleasant.
Parish delivered the highest
You'll get it back here.
of any parish.
Now,
Got a mask. Put it on, guys.
if I put your name down, it loses a lot of value. So just sell it tonight on eBay. Give me another one, John.
Let me be candid. Dems, you have to get more outrage and then channel that rage into getting everyone you know, and many you don't, to vote. The passivity we exude will not help us win against a tyrant. Metaphorically, if they punch us once, we have to punch back 10 times. Consider yourself at war trying to save a nation that has been invaded by imbeciles, tyrants, sycophants, agitators, thieves, liars, and criminals. The fraud and his enablers will lie, cheat, steal, and do anything they can in order to win. That is not a fair fight. We don't have to lie, steal, cheat, and do anything to win. We just have to fight. We can't be on defense anymore. They must be on defense. We have to stay on offense. We will win by aggressively focusing on his flaws, not getting caught up in his constant whimsical, nonsensical tweets. He tweets something out, then people focus on that tweet while he is robbing and looting our country. That's how he stays on offense. He controls the narrative. And also, let me just be candid, the media have been completely incompetent in handling him. By now, it is obvious he craves chaos. If they would stop giving him the chaos he craves, we'd be much, much, much better off. However, the media is a business, and what is of paramount importance to them is money. We don't have to join them in helping Trump control the masses with a single tweet. We need to bombard the masses with all the things he has failed at and all the things that make him such a flagrant foul. Focus on those things. Stop allowing the right to put out propaganda and then we tweet and tweet about it. Again, being on defense. The best way to succeed in life, politics, sports, etc., is to stay on offense. Let the Trump sycophants and Trump constantly feel like they have to defend against us putting out the truth. Support those who are on offense and ignore those who are not. No matter what they put out there, it doesn't matter. Let the media deal with the fact checking if they ever have the guts to do so. Also, you are going to have to recognize you cannot combat every false narrative. I'm sounding like Trump there for a minute. You cannot combat every false narrative in the age of Trump. His sycophants don't care about the truth. They don't care about the truth. They are fact averse. They aren't persuaded by anyone that, puts out the truth about Trump. They aren't persuaded by that. You understand? But people who believe in the truth aren't persuaded by Trump. The only thing they're doing is, these sycophants, they're just reinforcing the beliefs of the sycophants who are going to vote for Trump regardless of what we say. You cannot save everybody. We don't even have to. We just need to make sure that we get more votes than Trump in enough states so that we win. That's it. That's the formula. Our energy must be spent on offense. We bombard the masses with everything we have on this unstable doofus, because he's a complete and total doofus. We show his incompetence and ineptitude, his constant lying and fabrications. We show his greed and looting of this country. We show how poorly people are doing under Trump, even his own base. We show the unemployment numbers and the truth about the economy. We emphasize the deaths from this pandemic that could have been avoided. We emphasize the devastation and carnage he is causing. Stop worrying about what he says. He doesn't know the truth. He's never met the truth. He wouldn't recognize the truth if it was right in front of his face. We have all the tools we need to win this election. So let's not get sidetracked and let's just go win this election. And by the way, I put a link in the description for people who want to sign up to volunteer for the Biden-Harris campaign. Look, there are many ways you can get involved. If you can't cold call, then you can send like text messages. If you can't do either of those, you can support the volunteers. You can become a poll watcher. You can be a poll worker. But you got to get involved. Get as many people as you can to go vote. We can't have any regrets after this election. The only way we lose is if we don't vote and don't get others to vote. We can beat this fraud and reclaim a semblance of democracy in America. The time is now. Let's get to work.